once again, welcome back to Chats with Jack. I am Jack Talcott. And greetings, blessings, salutations, and love. Once again, welcome back to Chats with Jack. I am Jack Talcott, and I am truly excited to get started again today. Blessings to all of you who are swinging through, saying hi. Blessings to you, to all of us. This day, let today be something great. It is, isn't it? It's the 1st of November. We started a new month here in this calendar year. So why not? Why not let today be a new start of something great? A great practice I considered earlier today, with the idea of resting in God's love, and the topic today, surrender and rest for gratitude. I was inspired by a lot of different things today. And so pointing out what's obvious, right? Gratitude, it really is easiest found from a place of humility, a perspective of humility. I heard this advice elsewhere in a different way, but these are my ideas of what would make sense. In the morning, before you grab the phone, before you grab online or do anything to engage in the world, just surrender. Surrender to the newness of the day, to the returning of your being, right? Let the morning start you off again. Surrender in the morning. Remind yourself around noon, just accept. Accept whatever is going on. Accept the facts, right? And then in the evening, rest with gratitude. Just surrender, accept, and rest. And then that gratitude, it's just abundant. And then if you go to sleep in the evening, right, you drift off with these feelings of gratitude and a smile just on your face. I don't know. It does things to you. It really does. It makes it easier in the morning to start off that way with the surrender, acceptance. That way you can rest in gratitude. Today, I'm kind of filled with a whole bunch of ideas again. I didn't get myself ready, but I do intend to, I'll drop the link eventually. Thank you. I trimmed up a little bit. Thank you for noticing. Yes, I trimmed up a little bit. I thought, today, it's a new month. It's a new month in the calendar year, so why not let it be a new start? The ideas I was inspired with, everything is coming back, right? Everything I want to talk about comes back to the same thing. God, the Holy Spirit, and Jesus. The awareness, who you are, getting to know who you are so that you can surrender. Although this is part of the practice too. In order to know who you are, you've got to surrender away some of those battles, some of the ideas, some of the beliefs that society or family or whatever conditions brought you. You need to detach from those in order to know who you are. So the two go together. You know who you are as you consciously detach and consciously surrender from what you were attached to. And so in the practice of surrender and rest, this is the practice of meditation. And I do have ideas. There's some things coming forth for the viewers, whoever you may be. Thank you, by the way, again, for those who are here with me in the now and those who check in and tune in later. Blessings to you. Thank you. In the future, we're I do intend to bring more clear, I don't know, some content with clear steps, hopefully some support for people to better understand meditation for themselves. See, because through prayer and meditation, that's where you find your mental and emotional health. No other place. Prayer and meditation. I mean, through those and learning, I guess, education as well. Let me not minimize. Let's get back to this. So, who we really are, when you practice this practice of being, which is what meditation is for, just to be to be conscious, to be aware, to be focused on nothing and aware of and distracted by nothing. Focused on nothing and distracted by nothing. That was a description I heard recently for meditation. And so when you are focused on nothing and you are distracted by nothing, you would be fully present and aware. And that's really who each of us is. We are the awareness of our present, right? The present moment. We are the awareness of time. But what I'm becoming more and more convinced of is there is a higher spirit of you. There's a future version of you that's greater than you, that's leading you through your life, just like the same for me. There's a greater spirit of me, or there's a future version of me. It's love that leads us through time. It's we resist it, we fight it, we overcomplicate it, but it all comes down to love. Love leads us through time, and we may not realize it, but that's where the individual relationship between you and God, that's where it comes down to. The individual relationship that you have with God is reflected in your individual relationship with the power of love, the force of love. Okay, that reflects your relationship with God. Your relationship with the truth is also a reflection of your relationship with God. If you feel hurt by the truth, well, you've created a resistance. You've imagined some perspective of you that's in conflict with what the world has shown. It's as simple as that. What I heard earlier today too, and I jotted this down. It makes sense. Confusion, our times of confusion, that's a sign we are walking without God. Our faith in God, our love of God, our trust in God is gone. And then we're walking alone in this world. And this world is big and this world is scary. And it is created to profit from confusion, because confusion is a sign that you're walking without God. Um, so, what I'm really hoping to share here is something I'm working on for myself, okay? I want to encourage you to remember and rediscover, to nurture the spark of Christ that you are, right? Whoever you are, there's a spark of Christ within you. That's what Jesus said, and I trust his words. So it's up to each of us, though, to discover. And it's by God's grace. It truly is. It's by God's grace where you find your worthiness. It's by God's grace you find your salvation. So why not just go to the source? Go to the source, which is God. Now, this was another thought I had earlier. This God that I know, or I conceive of, the maker of me, the one who made Jack Talcott, the one who made me into me, the maker of me has a sense of humor. Okay, because I don't know what your opinion is of me, but I'm I'm kind of a funny fucker. I got a good sense of humor, man, and I laugh. I spend so much time laughing each day just by myself, right? Just me and my thoughts and the reality that I see and God, of course, right? So the maker of me has a sense of humor. The maker of me, the maker of nature, there's humor in nature. There really is. It's within the beauty, and it all comes back to the other concept of everything. Life is everything. You are everything. Everything in life is within you. It's through you. It's for you. You are the life of today that matters. Matters to you, matters to God, matters to what is true, right? Every one of us, we're alive for a reason. Many people don't, they find reasons not to live, not to love, not to learn. It's like this pattern of self destruction that God has created for the ignorant and the foolish. I think I've kind of bounced around my notes. Let me see what I can do here. Usually I try to have this done ahead of time, but there we go. For those who may wish to join the conversations, I'm not sure how long I do intend to run today. Oh, I do have a lot of things to share. I keep forgetting this, man. Man, yesterday, I was going to do this yesterday. The news report. The news report of there's a general who had the one of the generals apparently issued orders to the National Guards around the states to be prepared for deployment for riot control.
A top U.S. military official, Major General Ronald Burkett, has ordered the National Guard of all 50 states, Washington, D.C., and U.S. territories to form, quote, quick reaction forces for riot control purposes. That's according to an internal Pentagon memo reviewed by The Guardian, which details how 23,500 troops will be trained in the use of batons, body shields, tasers, and pepper spray on crowds. The memo also says the Pentagon will deploy military trainers to all states and territories with the goal of making the quick reaction forces ready by January 1st, with each state reporting on its monthly progress.
I find those things troubling, especially after having participated in the active branch of the Army. We have a U.S. government that is truly, it's out of control, guys. And this is real life, is it not? I mean, it is real life that Donald Trump is who he is, and Benjamin Netanyahu is who he is, and it is real life. I am who I am, and you are who you are. This is real life that's going on. Kind of took us serious there, didn't I? There's a darkness associated. And yet at the same time, see this life, there's so much darkness, so much pain, so much evil out there. It's hard not to get lost in it. But it is fun to have fun. And I'm going to do a little bit of promotion now instead. I took us to a darkness there. Sorry about that, just briefly. Took us to a darkness of the state of the nation with the deployment, the preparation for further deployment of National Guards into the states. And now we're going to go to a little bit of fun. In the description of the video I want to do a little shout out and share. because in the description of the video is a link to this video from Grounded Extracts. And I tell you what, if you haven't learned of Grounded Extracts yet, well, this will be an introduction. And somehow I made it into the Murder Dome, season 2, episode 2. So there's just a couple of things here. I want to share this.
Yeah, he like
I'd
starting a
love to do
cult.
heroin with that dude, bro.
He, money and support her.
Oh, she's like that.
Yeah, but that's not cool.
What about that Talcott dude? You seen Talcott?
Yeah, he like
I'd
starting a
love to do
cult.
heroin with that dude, bro. He's the new Crow's 777 prodigy.
Yeah, I seen it.
I would love to do heroin with that dude, though. At the end of the day, like, I would love to do that.
Talcott?
That reminds me, bro. Did you get that Black Tar Shungai?
Anyway, so there's that one. And then further in the episode, I come up again in here. As I said, the link to this video is in the description. Hey, Angela Baby Carson, thank you for the contribution. Keep up the good work. Hey, blessings to you. The encouragement helps. It really does. Here, let me get back to this. A shout out to Grounded Extracts for Murder Dome, season 2, episode 2.
He wants to do my laundry. He's doing the Lord's work. Landry wants to do my laundry. He's doing the Lord's work. How to fold it. Jesus Christ, just figured out. God damn. You might hear some noise. I've got Landry over today. He's doing my laundry. Yes. And if anyone has an issue with that, man, find salvation. Shouldn't have to explain that. Your own service, man. You can't do Landry? Just do the laundry, just fold the laundry. Fuck. Now, brothers and sisters, what's been going on with me? I'm now talking with Lindsay, Rose 777. Most of you know her by. And she's gonna hook me up with, hopefully, Carl, Crow 777, and his best friend, ex-comedian Owen Benjamin, man. Share our ideas and really put our minds together. He has this thing called Bertaria. People just pay for his land. I love that, brothers and sisters. I want to get in on the cult gig just as bad as anyone else. Yes, I'm into peace. And if that goes well, the plan is to get in front of Donald Trump. Through Lindsay, Carl, and then through their best friend and ex-comedian, Owen Benjamin. Brothers and sisters, the next step would be Trump. People say, Jack, Donald Trump, he's a man about money. I understand that. I don't have money, so he won't respect that. I understand that. But brothers and sisters, if I get to talk to Donald Trump, share this very new message of end all wars, man, everything will change, man. The entire nature of our entire world will change if Talcott speaks to Donald Trump, whom I do not like, brothers and sisters. And he's a mystery, man. In a conversation with a billionaire, homeless vagabonds have the answers because they're not clouded by money and power. I'm not afraid, brothers and sisters. And that conversation, human nature, we've known to be very combative, very angry, very violent. But that conversation, man, overnight, people would wake up and say, this is wrong. What we've been doing is wrong. It's wrong. I believe that. But who Trump really respects is the poor homeless veterans. He's vague. I'm vague, man. He's grandiose. I can be grandiose. The only thing that separates us, brothers and sisters, is money. Trump knows my ambiguity and lack of funds can save the world. That's exactly why he would want to talk to me. I'm not bogged down. I'm not clouded with money and yeah, all these different people coming at me, man. So people are beneath you, man, but yeah, their insight can be invaluable. Yes, I'm into peace, and yes, I'm interested in running a stream similar to Jerry Springer in terms of exhibitions and competitions of smart brothers and sisters. I want to talk about a man, Martin Luther King. He had a message, couldn't get executed. Because like Jesus before him, he was executed. Brothers and sisters, I may be just the predecessor of Martin Luther King. So I want to talk to Donald Trump. Now, brothers and sisters, what I'm trying to do here, man, I see people in the back. You're going to hold on for a minute now. Be honest with yourselves, brothers and sisters. Be honest with yourselves. Be honest.
Jaylee's mom's a big old fucking jerk.
Oh my gosh. I hope you guys enjoy that as much as I did. Yes, who that is Grounded Extracts. The link is in the description too. Holy cows. I saw that the other day and I tears laughing so hard. This is what I mean. The maker of me has a sense of humor. There's a divine play, a divine story that we are a part of. And I didn't recognize it, but there's some star qualities to me. I'm humbling myself to that, to accept that. I mean, that's part of the process of what I'm suggesting is surrender and accept. Surrender to the patterns of your life. Accept that you are who you are. You know, some of these things that we're created to do, we may not feel like we want to do them. Like this, me. I never thought I would want to be on camera in the spotlight, right? In the center of attention. Never thought that would be me. And talking about God, hell no, dude, that wasn't me. That wasn't part of my plans. And yet, I figured out a while ago that God gave me control of me. Took me a while to accept that fact, right? Because I wanted to blame situations and make excuses for my drinking and my obesity, my laziness. I had excuses for everything. I called them reasons. But those reasons and excuses I found, they just made me fat, made me drunk, made me unhealthy. And then finally, in the process of recovery, this is my testimony. It is in the rooms of AA that the concept and idea of a higher power was reintroduced to me. And I've come to finally humble myself. That higher power, it is there. That higher power of God, it's there. It's with us all, every moment, every day, every hour, every second. It's always there, as is the essence of love, peace, right? Peace is found where humility plants it. Do you create space within you? Do you humble yourself and open yourself up for the space to have peace? I encourage you to do it. It's the only way to be that I found. To be at peace, to be in the absence of anxiousness or worry or guilt or shame or anger or hate. Just let those go away. Let them fade away into the background, because those things do exist, right? Pains are real and life is real, but it's all based on perspective. How important is your happiness? How important is your freedom? How important is your health? Those are the questions that each of us gets to answer for ourselves. And this is what I realized. God has given me the power of me. I am the maker of me. I get to decide. I get to decide what ideas, what feelings, what conditions move me. I get to decide what I do, as do you. We all do. But if we're not paying attention, if we're disassociated from what's really going on, and we're caught up in some idea, some character, we're pretending to be upset, we're pretending to be hurt, we're pretending. When we're honest, when we are honest, we get to be real. And when we are real, we get to be with God. I mean, that's the whole story, I think, is to be with that which is real, to be with God. Be with God, to be the new Israel. The new part of what is real doesn't pretend. It moves by faith, though. There are two of you here in chat. I don't know what that means. I got sirens coming up. I did drop the link, and if there are folks who do wish to join, feel free to do so. There's a lot of interpretations, and there's some validity. I can understand this comment. The point is, the God in that story wants its creation to be dumb and controllable, but the serpent told the truth, and that God is a liar and has been since the beginning. Even Jesus Christ said so. See, the devil offers that. The egoic offers that. The foolish, right? God is the ultimate real, not pretend. Now, truly, any explanation is going to come through the language and the vocabulary of the mind that's possessed, right? But what I've been finding is that the truth of God is real. The wisdom and logic that's found in the Psalms, found in what Jesus said, I'm convinced, honestly, the God I speak of is the Father of Jesus that Jesus spoke of. And that Father that he spoke of, as I understand, was the God that brought Abraham with his faith and Noah and through the line, right? It's the one God who allows all things to be. And we are the living truth of what God allows to be. Now, yesterday, the topic was, I don't know if I really flushed it out. And this is where I could go back and review some of my previous things. Jack reviewing Jack to try and fill in the blanks. Because this idea of being an active participant, a conscious participant in the story of creation, recognizing that's what we are. We can pretend to be powerless. We can pretend to be whatever we want. It's all up to you and God. Excuse me. What I chose to believe is that I am a man like Jesus. As Jesus was, I am. And you are, right? And so the words he spoke, the wisdom he shared, it makes sense to me. If the world lived that way, just from that Sermon on the Mount, the Beatitudes or whatever, there's so much discussion and argument over the words, but it's the philosophies that Jesus spoke and lived. It's a perfect story that God has given us. This story is so perfect, the one of Jesus. It can overlap in the physical realm in many ways, through the planets, through astrology, through the biology of who we are, through history. It's a glorious story, but the end result is you and I are images of God. How distorted have you become? Right? The pure image, the pure reflection of God was shown through the teaching and example of Jesus. And the expectations, the burdens, they're not huge. You need the willingness to do what's huge, but the expectations are simple. Love. Love one another as he loved. Like, drop the mic. That's it. That's the sermon. That should be what Christians do. I mean, is love like he said. Because imagine this world where men and women all around the world loved as he loved. They were present and aware and moved by faith, right? Humbly inviting and allowing the miracles of God to come forth. Now, whatever Jesus knew, I don't know. I don't claim to know. But I do know he had a love for God that led him to make the choices he made so that you and I could learn the truth of that God, that the God of the Bible is not this punishing God expecting sacrifice, prepared to judge you and send you into damnation for all time. That's man's twisted. That's the devil's way, right? Brought forth in the corruption of religion. What Jesus showed is our Father, and it's in the scripture too. God seeks mercy, mercy above sacrifice. That's what delights God. Sometimes to have mercy, you must sacrifice. The two go together. I mean, everything in the world goes together. It's all just a perfect love story. Mr. Murphy, I'll bet you on that. I mean, I listen to scholars who have done the homework and come to the conclusion. They presented their conclusions, early authors, early testimonies. I mean, you can always discount anything, and that's what a lot of the flat earthers, that's what a lot of people in the world today have done. They just discount everything. And then they just go with what they think. They walk without God. If there's a hell, it's right here and now. Yes. Right. And this is in line with what Jesus warned. If you take the concepts, right? Take the concepts of Lucifer, the fallen angels falling down to the world for war. And that happened maybe before we were created, right? The devilish ways existed as long as, since the beginning, perhaps just as the perfected image of you and me in Jesus, that perfected image of man was there from the beginning with God. It's all been from God and through God and with God and for us. So back to the point. As Jesus said, he lived in a world that was run by Satan, the devil. Mankind had these patterns of warring each other, enslaving each other, exploiting each other, misleading each other, right? And Jesus says, hey, no, follow me. You won't be misled. You won't be deceived. You will be rewarded truly. Life won't be easy, right? If you follow him, you follow love, you go give yourself to God and you walk with faith. You do things that maybe don't seem right. It may not make sense to love someone, to forgive someone, to trust someone. You might have to do things that seem illogical if you follow Jesus, if you trust in God. I have. And you will be tested. I mean, it's not like everything just comes together and it's magic. No. But when you find God in your life, when you start trusting in this relationship between you, your higher self, and the one infinite source of all creation, you start trusting in that relationship of you, knowing that you are tied to everything. When things happen, you just take them more in stride. You know, it's like, oh, okay, well, I guess that's happening. I didn't realize that was going to happen, right? When things fall apart, it's easy to get upset and to get up in your head, to be all egoic. And that's what, guys, that's what the majority is. I'm seeing all these know-it-alls who show up in my chat and in the panels, and they want to prove me wrong, and they want to complain and just nitpick and distract. They're accomplishing nothing. It's a bunch of egoic nonsense. Brothers and sisters, the facts of life are the facts of life. If you don't understand them, well, that's on you, okay? Because the answers are available for you to know. All the answers are. It's a matter of timing, though. And what I think science shows, and the facts of my experience have shown, time is an illusion. Life is not as real as we think it is. It's just an experience. It's an experience of our senses and our consciousness. It's just all perceptions and memories and feelings. But if you detach from the world, if you go within in the practice of meditation, bring yourself into a stillness, a detached observation from all the world. You can see the past, you're not moved. You can see the future, you're not pulled, right? You can sit with where you are and how you are. And the matter of time, that's up to you, right? But sit and be and breathe and allow your body just to settle and to relax into you. And then as you settle in and relax into you, then observe the absence of discomfort, the absence of pain. Find all the goodness that you can and fill yourself with gratitude so that you feel good as you in the present. You get to do that as often as you want, and I encourage you, do it often. Because when you bring yourself into the wholeness and the stillness of the present moment, and you fill yourself with these energies of gratitude, and you feel the life force flowing through you, and you feel the power of God just seeking you, reaching you, it's all up to you. That's when you realize, right? In the power and silence of meditation and in the stillness of being, that's when you observe and realize, oh shit, it is. It's all up to me. And when you practice this habit of feeling good about being appreciative, right? You practice feeling grateful, and then you have these memories of feeling grateful that you just go back to, and then you feel good, and it's just becomes the normal new type of you. You're still the same person, right? You don't leave your life, you don't leave your world, you just let go of the shit that's not important. And then you get to be you in a different way, in a new way. A new way of being you is filled with love. There's greater versions of you, just like there's greater versions of me. I know I can be more loving, I can be more kind, I can clearly be more patient. I don't know if I can keep being more forgiving, and I don't want to be more forgiving. I'm sick and tired of forgiving people. I really am, because if I have to forgive someone, it means they've been unpleasant. And if anyone's going to be unpleasant around me, damn it, it's going to be me. Because at least I'm used to me. And then I saw that question. I don't even know if it was what it's to. If not them, who? It's always someone. What if it's us? I do think it is us. We. You and me and others like us who are alive today. November 1st, 2025. We are here to bring forth the new ways, to break away from the old ways. The old ways are leading us to where we are in the world. The ceasefires that Trump offered for Israel and Palestine, they're not really holding. You know, the aid that was committed, it's not being followed through. There's still men and women and children who are suffering and dying, enabled by the lunacy of the American administration, the American government. They're being enabled by greedy corporations as well. I mean, I don't pay close attention to everything that's going on in the world, but these corporations are finding ways to support the state-sponsored genocide, murder of innocent people in Gaza. And these corporations, they're on the New York Stock Exchange, which means that you may very well be invested in them. You know, if you've got mutual funds in your investment, in your retirement portfolio, you invest in the stock market, you're supporting the oppression and the exploitation of people. It's not, the world is not what it seems, brothers and sisters, but we are the solution, and I'm convinced of this. I'm convinced that the way to walk through life is with a clear mind, with an open heart. An open heart and an open mind, those are the only path you can find clarity. Otherwise, you're constantly in defenses and battles, right? So the key I've found is to surrender. And this is a practice. Serious. You incorporate this into your day, I bet money you find improvements for yourself, because your mind will be more clear and you'll see the signs that were probably already there. But the practice is surrender in the morning when you first wake up, right? Surrender to the new day. And not in a bad way, but in a hopeful way, like it's a new day, like it's your birthday or Christmas or some day you've really been looking forward to. Just build that excitement within yourself with the power of your imagination just for a couple of minutes in the morning. Start your day off right? Through a little surrender to the day and just go through the day and check in at noon, sometime around noon, or maybe more often in the day, and check in and see how you're doing. Are you still surrendered, or are you trying to fight the world? You trying to take over the world? You trying to change and control everybody? If you're trying to change and control everybody, back off, right? Accept that you're not God. Just accept the facts, accept the reality that has come forth in your day. And then at the end of the day, you've surrendered, you've accepted. by accepting and surrendering, you are aligned. You're aligned with the facts. And at the end of the day, look back and give yourself some gratitude just for doing the practice, right? For bringing your awareness to you so that you can do what you can to create a better you. And I tell you what, you spend the last few minutes of your day just go reviewing the day, but with a smile, with some cheer, some pride, some gratitude, some appreciation. You go to sleep like that, it's a lot easier to start off tomorrow in a good way as well. I am feeling this has been a good time. I think I've worked through my notes. We made space for others to join, but I don't feel the need to continue because we've got a lot going on in this world today. Today starts the rest of our lives. And if we want the rest of our lives to be better, well, there's something we can do right now to move us in that direction. I'm going to go figure out what that is for me, and I will thank you. Thanks to all who tuned in, to all who joined. Till next time, choose love, peace for everyone, and live without fear. God bless us all. Thank you.